Alright everyone, welcome back to Toyo's channel. So Medicom Toy have just released their upcoming schedule in regards to the next wave of BEARBRICK being released, and I just want to go through it with you guys, as it's going to be the 25th anniversary for Medicom Toy and the 20th anniversary for BEARBRICK. They've got tons of releases in this upcoming exhibition, and as per their usual annual exhibition, they usually have quite a lot of limited edition items. Last year they did the virtual tour that you can literally just click through to the different floors and view the different BEARBRICK on your laptops or your phones. Before we get started, please kindly like the like button as well as subscribe to my channel for more goodness and greatness, toy news, unboxings, vlogs, everything that I do that's really fun and enticing. With that out of the way, let's get on with it. In their latest Instagram post, we can see that they have got 7 variations. So on the left hand side, we've got the Earth BEARBRICK. This one will be a little bit different to the previous Earth release that they have done with the Intersex release, and this one comes in all 3 sizes. For example, the 100%, 400% and the 1000%. For those of you who's been collecting, you must have got the Moon as well as the Mars version already, and I am guessing that they will be releasing all the different planets for collectors to complete their entire collections of the planet line. So, and also with this one, I think it's also nice the fact that they have used a different variation of the Earth print, which is slightly different to the Intersex version that we've seen previously. And next up, we've got the Ironman Mark III, so again in all 3 sizes. So this one is interesting because Medicom Toy has been releasing Ironmans here and there, and it's number one, not consistent. And secondly, it's all over the place in the sense where they are not releasing every single one that we've seen in the movies, but instead they have selectively released the different Ironmans in the past. For example, in Iron Man 3, that's where they have dropped a good number of different variations, but for example, if we refer back to Age of Ultron or some other Iron Man films, we don't really get every single one of them, and the latest one being the Mark 85 being released. But nonetheless, I think this is quite a good design because the Mark III is as iconic as the Mark 7 as well as the Mark 85 in my point of view, and I really like these ones. So yeah, this one will be on my radar if it's not too expensive. And the next one, we've got the vintage print again, and this one slightly varies from how they have initially announced it back last year. For this latest iteration, it's more of a brownish color in the white areas, so it differs slightly from what they've announced last year with the more kind of plainish white background, but nonetheless it's a great print and something to look forward to. And the next up, we've got the Mastermind Japan one. If you see it initially, you'd think it's a re-release, but no, it's not, because on the arms it's got the iconic ring design. So it's got a bracelet, and this one initially released in the black format, and this one is just the classic Mastermind Japan gold. And on the back is slightly different to the previous version because this one no longer has the kanji at the back. Instead, it's got the Mastermind Japan logo. And at the bottom, we've got yet another Darth Vader. God knows how many Darth Vaders they've released to date. It's not the most interesting one out there because they've done so many releases in BEARBRICK forms in the past. And moving on, we've got the Eiffel Tower, pretty much similar to something that they've done in the past, but nonetheless they're continuing with their iconic buildings releases. So in the past we've got the Eiffel Tower, Tokyo Tower, Sky Tree, etc. The colour is similar to what you get from the Eiffel Tower ticket in yellow and orange. And the next one, we've got the wooden BEARBRICK. Again, these wooden ones have been exploding lately, especially in these past few years, because a lot of people are jumping into collecting the BEARBRICK, regardless whether it's in the East or in the West. There's so many collectors now out there, and kind of facilitated how scalpers would be able to fetch higher prices for the different BEARBRICks. Basically hold the different stocks for the different variations, so it's more difficult to come across these days. Lastly, we have the BEARBRICK 100% board, and this one is iterated with the latest design of the BEARBRICK 20th logo, and the fonts are done by Sorayama. Again, you know who he is if you've been in the art toy scene for long enough. And also on the BEARBRICK side, there are some more additional ones. So there is the Tokyo 2020, but I think they should have just went with 2021 because of course it's been delayed for a year. But nonetheless, it's pretty simple. It's a more basic, generic BEARBRICK because it's just simply got the logo at the front. And with the wooden BEARBRICK, there is the 1000% as well, which does fetch a very, very high price. Moving on, we've got the radioactive man from The Simpsons. So this one is essentially the 5th one, if I remember right, from the Simpsons series. Initially, we had Krusty, then Bartman, Homer. Then it's the kind of one-eyed monster thing, and now this one as the 5th one. I'm not sure how many Simpsons releases they will be doing because there are just so many characters for you to collect. I'm just not entirely sure how they're going to do it, whether it's going to be one every 6 months because they've been slowing down since the past year or two. Next one, we've got Garfield. Again, but this one in chrome form. Similar to what we've got with the normal SpongeBob second release, and also with the golden SpongeBob, which was the 3rd release. Medicom has to make more money, right? And they just chromatize, if that's a word. They just reiterate the same design but in chrome form to release again. So pretty much same as the Garfield before, so there's not a lot of surprising elements here. And next up, this is the surprising one. There is the Death Stranding. Yes, the game by Hideo Kojima. Death Stranding. Oh my gosh. As some of you will know, I love the Death Stranding game, and I've got quite a lot of merch, as you've seen in some of my previous video with the Nendroid, Sam Porter Bridges figure, as well as Cliff, and also the Ludens figure as well, and even the Duck, and a card holder, etc. I've got quite a lot of stuff. Even at the back, I've got the art illustration book, so big fan of Death Stranding. At the front, they've got the hand marks from the BTs, and this complements with the kind of more landscape areas within the game on the background. And if you switch to the back, you have the beach. You get the different perspectives on the two sides. So at the front, you get this version A of the hills and sky, and at the back, you get the beach. So moving on, we have got a very, very expensive Swarovski Mickey. And this one I think is definitely for collectors who has more cash, similar to people who are collecting the wooden versions of the different BEARBRICKs. And moving on, we've got the 1000% Walter White as well as the teddy bear. And for this one, it's a must-have. I really like the Walter White BEARBRICK that I've got, and previously I've done the 400 and 100% unboxing, so you can check that out in the link below. So this is definitely something I am looking forward to, but I am running out of space, so we'll see about that. We have Tony the Tiger, but this one is in vintage form because you can tell already it's not the same as the previous version that they've released, and this one looks a bit kind of dull, and it's more to do with the eyes. He just looks really bored. I mean, look at his face. Moving on, there is the Scooty the Bear, which I am not entirely sure what it is, but nonetheless it's there, nothing too surprising. Next up, we've got the Batman pencil art version. So this one is definitely interesting. Medicon Toy is now releasing a lot of the manga form BEARBRICK because they've done a release previously with Demon Slayer and also with some other ones. Moving on, we have the Superman, and this one is limited to 1000 sets. This one is the dark suited Superman from the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and I think down the line they'll be releasing this in the 400% as well as the 1000% format. We have another vintage Japanese painting design, and this one is with cats, lots of cats. So this one doesn't really stand out to me too much because of the colours that they've used. From afar it looks kind of like a camouflage kind of thing. And with the vintage paintings collection, I prefer the first version where they had the more vibrant cat print to this one. And next up we've got baby Milo, and this one is the 2021 version in wooden form. So previously they've also released another wooden form, but if I remember right, the colour is a bit darker. So this one is just a little bit lighter. I don't think there's any other differences to the BEARBRICK as a whole because of the Milo character being a very simplistic character anyways. And next up we've got the Monokuma as well as the Atmos Coca-Cola. Nothing too special here, so not going to cover these. Next up, the more interesting one. So they have released many those Bape Shark designs, and this one is no exception, but this one is the kind of first crossover with Sorayama, and this one is kind of debatable whether it looks nice or not. For me personally, there are so many Sorayama BEARBRICKs are out there already, and this one is kind of putting his name on because of the kind of chrome design and the gold or silver finishing that they've got on the BEARBRICK. And I think this one looks, to be honest, a little bit weird. I'm just not used to shark design being applied with a robot finishing. It just looks slightly strange. And also I would prefer the print of the golden Bape camouflage to be on its own, i.e. what we've seen with the previous version of the very simplistic release of the green, pink and blue camouflage. Next up we've got the golden version of the Sorayama 2G robot. So this one is the female robot again, and they've initially released the 200% for the silver version, and then it was the 400% for the silver version, and now we are at the gold version. A lot of surprising elements here. Again, it's Sorayama, so yeah, that's that. And we've got the Nyam brick, so these ones are the cat ones. Medicon Toy has not been too proactively been doing a lot of Nyam bricks or the Rabricks, i.e. the rabbit version of the BEARBRICKs. So this one is just in wood. We've got yet another lucky cat with the kind of light up tummy at the middle. Again, I don't recall how many lucky cats that they've released in the BEARBRICK forms, but this one will add to your collection for sure. Out of everything, what I like most are the Earth ones, because the Earth one, this one in particular, the print looks really detailed. The other ones that I like are the Ironman Mark III because it's Ironman, and also this one, the design is nice. You can clearly see the armor, especially on the body. This one that I like is the Mastermind Japan one because they haven't released the golden BEARBRICKs for so many years for the Mastermind Japan brand. When I was young, I had the first release of the 1000%. That was the first ever 1000% that I've had, but I sold it down the line because I ran out of space. So that was quite a big regret in life, and this one I'm glad that they have released this again, but of course these days it's a lot more expensive because scalpers, right? So depending on price, I may be picking up just a 400% set instead. I hope this video has been helpful in regards to keeping you updated on the latest BEARBRICK releases. With the Medicom toy exhibition is going to be opening from the 22nd to the 25th of July. And as always, please kindly remember to like the like button as well as subscribe to my channel for more toy stuff, unboxings, vlogs, etc. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe and see ya!